Alright everyone, so once again it's time for another review video. So today we will be looking at our defense. We'll be analyzing EC David Alaba. So let's look at his stats first. So I believe all of you know that Alaba is basically one of the best fullbacks in this game, period. So the first thing you'll notice is that he is ridiculously quick. Okay, so he's got base sprint of 89, acceleration of 85, great stamina as well. Agility is also very high, 88, so he is going to be able to get out of tight spaces. You'll notice immediately that sliding tackle is at 90, although I hardly use a sliding tackle. Very decent tackling as well, marking. Basically all his defensive stats are pretty decent, like marking, tackling, even crossing is 80 as well, and the more important ones like the interception is 83, positioning is 80, reaction is 88, and very fast reaction, and then aggression is decent, 79. So basically he has all the important defensive attribute, and not to forget that at 180 he is one of the taller fullbacks compared to guys like Evra, Marcelo. He is one of the taller ones. Of course we are not talking about Jensen, but he is good. And now let's look at his traits now. He's got 8 traits. He's a defending master, he's a tackle master, most importantly he's a tactician, and he's a crosser as well. So he will be able to whip in some nice crosses when he overlaps. In terms of price, this guy is pricey, okay? He is currently at 89 million. So his price has went up quite a lot, almost twice in this month already. So if you're thinking of getting him now, you might want to wait for the price to go down, but I'm not sure whether it'll go down. But I can assure you that if you get Alaba, you will not be disappointed. Okay, now let's talk about his actual in-game performance, right? So Alaba, I really can't find any weaknesses, but we'll talk about his strength first. So the first thing that we'll talk about is his speed. He's insanely quick, okay? If I'm not wrong, he's the fastest fullback in this game. Most strikers or wingers will not be able to outrun him, okay? So he will be able to run extremely quickly. The next thing is his height. So sometimes, right, when people crosses from one wing to another wing, your fullback might lose some important headers. Like if you are using Lam, he might lose a header to, let's say, a Ronaldo on the wing. Alaba should not have this problem because he's 180, so he will be able to win his fair share of headers, and that is actually quite important. In terms of physical strength, his body is pretty thick. He is able to withstand a lot of tackles. As you can see in some of my highlights, even when he loses the ball, he stays on his feet. Then another thing is his tackling is very good. Okay, he's very decent in his tackle, probably due to his acrobatics traits, so that he's able to make some impressive tackle. Once again, it's also very important for our fullbacks because we want them to be able to tackle the wingers before the wingers either cut in or swing in a good cross. Now his base positioning helps a lot in this sense as well, because he has very decent positioning, 80 if I'm not wrong. So because of his base positioning, right, it actually enhances all his other traits, like his tackling, his interception, his positioning to win headers. Basically this position, the high positioning, really helps a lot for a fullback. So just now we mentioned his traits. So Alaba, because of his work rate of 3-2, right, he will tend to bomb forward quite frequently. So in the case that he bombs forward and he finds himself on the wings of the penalty box, he is able to actually whip in a few good crosses, as you can see in some of my highlights. Of course, I didn't manage to score, but at least the crosses are nice and on target. So that's also another plus point. The last thing I actually just talked about was the interception. Very good interception. Now in terms of the weakness, I really can't find any weakness. The only weakness that we can talk about is probably his defensive work rate, which is 2. Of course the perfect one would be 3, but that is just nitpicking. He is really the best left back in this game, period. Alright, so basically that is all I have for this week. If you guys are thinking of getting a left back, don't worry, just get David Alaba. He's going to basically own the whole left side of the field, alright? You will not be disappointed. He's a bit pricey, but trust me, the price is worth it. So that's all I have for this week. And do share a comment, like this video if you like it, share with your friends, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.